Okay, it was time this was said because this has to stop. The Phantom GT2 is a new boot in a long line of new boots that essentially piss me off. They are pointless, unnecessary new versions of boots that offer very little to improve upon the previous generation and have simply been dropped either to compete with other brands' boots that are being released around the same time and try and take some of their market share in order to keep that particular company's name in the spotlight, or to generally try and squeeze more money out of us, the consumer. This first really came to light with the Boot Wizard channel with the previous Predator lines. The Predator 18 moving to the 19 was a complete waste of time, space, and money, and frankly, my breath reviewing it because it was almost identical from generation to generation, and I got quite annoyed about it. Nike have tended to stay away from this. They tend to be a company that genuinely offers innovation every time they offer a new boot. Whether you like it or not, there is something new on offer. The Phantom GT2 somewhat bucks that trend. If you check out my full review of the boot, you'll know that the only major difference between the two lines is the fact that this has a new GT top coating, which, if I'm being honest, I prefer less than the previous generation. The whole boot actually feels a little bit cheaper. It looks a little bit cheaper than the previous Phantom GT, and this boot's release was essentially entirely pointless. I don't like it, I don't want it, and I was a person that was a big fan of the Phantom GT. Now, I'm not here to have a crack at Nike or the Phantom GT2. I am here to send a message to all brands who are definitely not watching this. I am done. I am finished. I am no longer interested in even being remotely kind about boots that have been released and are almost identical to previous generations. Looking at you, Puma Ultra 1.1 to 1.2. There's just no point. They're there to try and extract money and be a marketing tool. And if you haven't got something new to release, don't bother releasing anything at all because it's getting too much. Boots are already skyrocketing in price, with brands starting to ask in excess of 300, 350 euros for a pair of limited editions. Releasing a boot every year and one of those boots every 2 years being pointless is pointless and annoying, and it needs to stop. What have I done about it? Nothing at all. I've sat here, pissed and moaned, and ranted at a camera for a few minutes. What can you do about it? Well, you can not buy them if you don't want to support this kind of idea. And honestly, if I wasn't reviewing them, I certainly wouldn't be buying them. You can get subscribed to the channel. I will always tell you if a brand is doing this, if they're offering you very little between generations. Of course, like this video because I like getting likes. That seems like a good idea. But that's all from me here today. One mini Boot Wizard boot rant for what is pointless, stupid boot making that's there to make a couple of bucks for no other reason than a bit of marketing and a bit of money. Let's show me some innovation, please.